bosses are such a slog.
X2 still does it fine because they have dash shots that do 2 points of damage.
Oh, that's right.
But X3 is the first one that starts to do that, where everything takes 1.
Dude, for anyone watching out there, I highly suggest checking out like a casual play or a speedrun of Mega Man X7. It truly is one of the worst pieces of garbage I've ever seen. It just looks so bad. Also, I'm Clown Man!
I'm Clown Man.
Like, the bosses in that game take, like, 3 minutes. Like, if you are hitting them just straight up, like, it goes down, like, 1/100th of their bar. It's, like, everything about it is so bad.
Do you want to rank the X games as well?
I mean, it's way more straightforward. It's like,
yeah.
For me, it's like 1, 2, 4, large power gap, 5, 3...
Actually, I'm gonna slightly disagree and say...
6, 8, 7?
So, we all agree 1 is the best, and it's not even close. And I'll fight you if you say other... Like, there's literally no other opinion. You can't say anything's better than X.
I like X4.
Better than X?
Well, okay, cool.
I actually think I have, like, more of a history with X4, so maybe that's it.
So, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 6, 8, 7. 7 by far the worst, 1 definitely the best. You could convince me that 4 is better than 2, and I wouldn't, like, fight you over it. 3, I would have to say is better than 5. 5 is the one that has the dumb virus crap, right?
Yeah.
Because that stuff's kind of hot garbage, so I would have to pick 3 over that. As Trev said, I think he said it last week, X3 was not made by the normal team that does Mega Man, so X3 feels pretty weird.
This one is pretty annoying, but the good thing is that, like, almost all the time, like, regardless of where you hit the ball, it'll hit something eventually. So you just have to kind of just focus on avoiding stuff. Which I'm not doing very good.
I wish these bosses had these mini bosses had health bars.
Yeah, their health pool is pretty high.
Nice.
Hey,
oh, I thought you killed it.
No, you said...
There we go.
You said a weird...
That was weird. It just went right through it.
Yeah, I thought it went right through him, indicating he was dead.
Yeah.
Huh. So, this game, there's less need for, like... So you have one life left, but there's less need for, like, this, like, auto-death nonsense. Because, whatever, you'll still start halfway through the level. Also, I love this song. Nick, how you doing? You holding in there?
Yeah, barely.
You okay? Good. You need something?
Nick has been partaking in the family water.
Yeah, that's a mistake. I'm gonna need someone to tell me to not do that for next time.
Okay, don't do that for next time.
I'm a child and can't make good decisions. So... I know.
I like that.
Shut up!
Are you supposed to,
yeah, buddy.
Are you supposed to natively be able to do that thing where you jump on the balls, or is that just kind of like a trick?
I think it has to be expected.
You can
never explicitly.
Like if it's on the ground, you can jump on it and you get a little bit extra height. But I don't think it's really like the way that it works here. You kind of have to do it specifically. Like you have to be still in the air, and then when you hit the special weapon button, you have to move forward like just then.
Okay.
So it's
they couldn't have expected you to do that.
But yeah, I definitely got that off the speedrun. The speedrun uses it everywhere, and it's very impressive.
Lol. That dude thought he had a,
Like, over here, they just use it so much, but I'm not good.
Do they just skip, like, the entire thing?
They skip the entire thing.
Ding! I'm gonna say the right one. You're gonna think it's the...
It's not the left one. Yeah, it's definitely not the left one. And then this one, I think it's the... all the way to the left.
Ding!
Or wait, might be the one to the right of it. Oh, okay.
Dun, 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 dun. This sounds like a song that would be playing at Disneyland all day, which I think is exactly what they were going for.
It sort of looks like Disneyland.
Have you ever been to Disneyland?
I have been to Disneyland, yes.
Would you support the idea that this looks
What's the one
like
in Florida?
Disneyland?
Disney World?
Yeah, Disney World.
Weakling,
I've been there.
this isn't a joking matter.
This isn't a joking matter.
What are you
I
doing?
can't believe they didn't go with no time to clown around or something like that.
Hey, they gotta make it somewhat
What
serious.
have you done to me?
This is a base weakness.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I love the Thunder Claw.
Is that what you get from him? From the clown, you get the Thunder Claw? Thunder Claw?
You get basically that grapple hook thing.
No, I just love the voice Thunder Claw.
Thunder Claw!
See you in my dreams.
Wow.
Some
Is-
good voice acting.
Is
Very expressive.
is he or she like hitting on us?
Yes. Me specifically.
Does like those bulb-shaped guys?
Who doesn't?
By the way, I'm doing the first 8 Robot Masters, but I'm saving Wily for another part, so... That'll be part 2.
Are you ready to
I don't have any.
Okay,
I
well,
was
that's good.
recording it, but it was missing cutscenes,
How's it
so
going?
Yes.
You
it
okay?
kind of defeated the purpose.
I'm almost finished. The battery will be charged in 10 minutes.
That's good. By the way, what do you make of these?
These seem to be energy resources.
Well, they look kind of evil.
No.
But I've never seen this type on Earth.
Black and...
I don't know where this energy came from.
I really like this art style of the anime.
So this is my inner weeb coming out, but my favorite era of anime is 90s animation, when they were still using cell animation. It is just so good.
I can't imagine
Yu Yu Hakusho is like one of my favorite things.
I can't imagine how good that.
Oh, I'm
Did you
sorry.
skip it?
I
Oh, what happens?
I don't think there was much after that. You basically are like, hey, this guy's over here, and you have to go after him, and that's it.
Okay.
I won't skip the next one, even though I should.
I think we missed a point where Dr. Wily literally stuttered over one of his lines
Yeah,
as well.
I'm sorry. I don't know why, I just like mash buttons. Come on.
I think you can also use the
You haven't bought anything yet, right?
weapon call.
Wait, when do you buy? Oh yeah, it's on the main screen where you can buy.
Yeah,
stuff.
so there's part 1 and part 2 weapons. All the part 1 ones suck, and then all the part 2 ones are really good. So I'm waiting until after I do this mission to buy stuff. I'm dying.
This the sub weapons in this are pretty. They're all pretty neat.
Yeah, the part 1 sub-weapons are like really good, but then the part 2 ones suck.
Oh, you know what? That's. I guess that would be a bad thing about this game is the fact that you fight 4, and then you fight 4 more.
I actually like it because the second part, Robot Masters, assume that you have the part 1 sub-weapons, so they can like build levels around them, and I think it's really cool actually.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess the negative is.
I'm also definitely not going to win.
Yeah, I guess the negative to that is that you have less options for their weaknesses. But Trevor is correct. When you... That's why the Wily stages in a lot of the Mega Man games, you're like, these are the coolest levels. Because they're like, well, you definitely have, you know, beat part 1 and 2 and, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a part you don't really think about with Mega Man for the normal stages. They, like, really can't assume you have anything. They can, like, make it that certain items are, like, available if you have it, but they can't be like, you need this,
Yeah.
you know?
To like progress.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Mega Man 1 pretty much has that. Especially in the Iceman level. It's like... Oh, by the way, that's another thing about Mega Man 1. That wire sub-weapon slash thing is...
magnet beam.
Magnet Beam.
Yeah, it's mandatory, and it's just
It's the
random.
the most random thing ever, and I can't imagine, like, Mega Man 2 with those 1, 2, and 3 weapons you get are very game-breaking, but that Magnet Beam weapon is like... I mean, you can just get it, and then you can beat the entire game.
I won't touch this.
That's right, bro.
And you will hear Mega Man scream for 45 seconds.
Dude, but this if this wasn't so pixelated, like because of like being on a PS1 disc, it would look so good. Me.
Yeah, Rush voice actor was really putting work in.
Yeah. They flew him in just for that.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's gone forever.
Dang. That is not based. Nick, you okay back there?
No, I'm asleep.
That's Ben's job.
When did you wake up today? Like 4:45.
5.
That is not based.
It's not. What are you gonna do? You gotta make money to
Live.
live and then die, right?
Alright. This LP just took a turn for the worse, folks. See you next time.
Money is cool.
That's Muddy looking at Nick. Did you see that? That guy's face?
Yeah.
That's Nick's job, taking him apart. And this is the weekends.
Yeah. That's like 100% true.
It was like a real life meme.
Are you okay?
Oh my god.
Are you okay?
My name is Duo.
I'm pretty sure Duo does the same voice as Zero in X4.
Is this the guy you just fought?
Where's Parker to look
Yes.
it up?
Yes.
Oh, I'm Parker today. Get it? I'm looking it up.
Dude, literally like Voltron or something. Transformers.
I love it. Do they still do that effect in anime where they just do the 3? They repeat the same action 3 times?
Do they still do that thing in... I didn't watch Dragon Ball Super. I'm waiting for the dub. Do they still do that thing where they're super lazy and just show the same thing over and over again?
Yeah.
It's more quick paced, but there are some
No.
episodes that are pretty cheap
They're
looking.
worse.
I never realized until like a couple years ago that like different studios did different episodes of Dragon Ball Z. So like, but when you watch it and you know that, you can tell you're like, oh, this episode kind of does look kind of sucky. It's by the sucky
Yes.
side.
Okay.
This is what
Wayne
you call
Doster,
evil energy.
born
Based
May
on
2nd,
what's been so
1970,
The one who
Based.
obtained
did the
original
voice
energy
of Zero
must
in
be a being of
X4,
complete evil.
and
This
Duo
type
and
of
Astro
energy
Man,
absorbs the evil in a person's
Did it.
mind,
and
then
Mookie
multiplies
Carver from Deep Fear.
We got him, boys. Deep Fear, a weird Dreamcast horror game.
We must stop it.
I'm a little shocked that you knew it, because I never heard of that.
I sense the
It's not like I'm around
in
that stuff
tower.
a lot, so whatever.
It's our next LP, actually.
Yeah, Deep Fear. Our next LP is going to be The Ring, Terror's Realm for Dreamcast, and I'm just going to die doing it. That's the curse of the game The Ring. It's so
Oh,
bad you just die.
I thought that was the dream.
Why is the cutscene still going on?
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
this cutscene's pretty long.
They have a lot of disk space. Mega Man doesn't take a lot, so they were like, yo, get that anime on here, son!
We could make the game gooder and better and longer, but no, let's
Gooder.
let's not
Gooder.
do that. Shut up.
Nick 2 Family Water. Me no think right.
Alright, so the two things I definitely want to buy are the Hyper Slide and then the faster charge shot.
Is that why you've been getting bolts?
Who else has has a role as their waifu?
She's like 10.
Nobody else? Yeah, but in like Mega Man Legends, she's like
14.
20.
I have that
14.
one from Jared Cerberus who was like 12 but was actually 20.
Good luck, Mega Man.
We won't get into that. We don't talk about Dirge Cerberus. Because we didn't talk about Dirge Cerberus when Dirge Cerberus was happening,
That's
folks.
fine.
That was one of my
Alright,
favorite
so
parts. We watched the
most
whole
annoying
thing and
stage
didn't
coming
talk
up.
about it at all.
But now I've had a lot of time to reflect on.
You know, I thought about this when I put those
You really
parts,
should.
when I put that final part up, and I remembered that that whole game was so long-winded, and then the ending was like 2 seconds long. I was like, F you, dude. Like, please! To explain anything, they were like, oh, well, here's 5 minutes of this. But then the ending, they were like, Vincent is part of the sky now. The end. It's
Even
like,
though at the end he didn't die anyway.
is that canon? He didn't die?
Yeah, he's at the very end looking at the Lucretia crystal.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Crexia!
But they make it certainly look like it. Boom, boom. So the best video on YouTube is a guy took all 10 of the Mega Man soundtracks and put it into one video. And it's probably by far the most listened to thing at CIB, at least by me. So I know every one of these songs because...
I used to listen to video game soundtracks all the time before we expanded, but then after it, I don't know, like every time I put it on, I'm like, it sounds weird to me.
You think so?
Real music.
Because of the way like it's like set up?
I don't know.
I put on soundtracks all day, every day, except for Saturdays. I put on real music. Because Saturdays is party day at CIB. But not any other day.
You know, good stuff like.
Oh, dude, this is actually pretty
Green
hard. Like, Green Day and,
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Billy Joe's Side Projects. And The Offspring. And other bad music.
I've legit listened to You're Gonna Go Far, Kid on repeat this entire week. What is it? It's by The Offspring.
It's the band that yells stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. it just
You're
felt
not
like-
supposed to do that.
Yo,
the
remember
right
when
thing
you
to do.
bought a Dreamcast?
I don't know.
Yeah.
where I am.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Did we ever have like the full Crazy Taxi?
Alright, so I knew we were going there.
Like I never
Oh,
had
I'm
any
back at the
games for it.
beginning.
Hey everybody, it's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go. Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Every time you start the game the first time,
I did
the first
it.
song that plays is that Offspring song.
Oh yeah.
I'm 100% sure that we actually did not have any Dreamcast games.
Yeah, we never had
We
any
just had the
games.
demo disc.
So you had a Dreamcast but no games
Yeah.
based. And that was a system that actually had some games. Who did not have Sonic Adventure and House of the Dead? But then about
we did not.
We had it for GameCube.
about a year later,
We got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
yo Trev, Sonic Adventure 2 run when?
Didn't you listen to my spiel about how I hate that game?
Yes, but
Come on.
can you jump on the thing?
Use the ball.
The ball.
I'm too bad to do it in a situation that's hard.
Stressful.
So I'll do Sonic Adventure 2. By the way, I don't think it's
Chow farming.
I don't think it's summoning.
I'll do the Chow Farm and also all the Sonic and Shadow levels. You can have the others.
So I don't think it's summoning salt, but one of the guys that are like summoning salt on YouTube put up a world record progression one for Sonic Adventure 2, and I don't know why, but I just felt sad the whole time because like a lot of the games are talking about like, hey, Legend of Zelda 1, you know, this is a fun game, and it's like whatever, and they're like, hey, this is a world record progression on Sonic Adventure 2. These people had to play this game a lot.
Actually, I don't know why they would go for. It doesn't seem like a prolific speed game even.
So here's the thing. I watched that video, and it started out not really, because there were like no skips. By the end, the entire game is skips. It's like insanity. And because of that, like, it seems no fun. You know? Like, where you're like, there's like, the only skill is being like, I did the skip. That's why I'm like, I have extreme respect for ZFG, because Ocarina is not even like playing a game anymore. It's just constant. Like, every minute is like a glitch that you have to do. It's like,
And that's different from Skip Style. I'm confused.
huh? No, I was saying I would never want to do it, but I have respect for it.
I thought you were saying
That would be
people
cool
that
if you died.
like it's not entertaining to watch.
No, it's entertaining, but like to run it, to literally be like, oh, I missed that skip. It's like, oh
Start
god.
over.
That's why I like RE3. It has no skips. There's no way you can skip anything in that game. It's all pure skill. And that's
Are
why.
you saying that skips aren't skill based?
That's why I like Limbo of the
I mean,
Lost.
glitches are definitely skill-based, that's for sure.
They are skill-based. But
In fact, I would say runs that like have too little glitches are too boring for me. But I will agree with some games that like are too many glitches can be boring if it like skips everything. But
Dude.
Ocarina of Time 100% is like one of my favorites.
oh, it is fantastic. I like, well, like it shows you the difference. I hate Majora's Mask 80%, but I love the 100%, even though like it does have like a fair share of glitches and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying Resident Evil 3 is the best speed game you could possibly have.
Sucks.
I actually think Pokemon's the best speed game you could possibly have.
So I want him to do this as little as possible. It's cool that he did it right away.
I hope he does it 1,000 more times.
So I want him to do this, and with my new charge shot, I can do it every single time I jump. So that does a lot of damage. Okay.
Not based at all. Oh, is that him
What?
showing you where it's gonna be?
I guess. I can't follow it at all. Stop it! I have 0 lives.
Remember when I said I wish he would do it 1,000 times?
It does not follow where he goes.
And he's doing it 1,000
Okay.
times?
Gonna have to do the stage again.
I might have, like, actual control over this game.
Alright, just do that. You piece of
Gosh
garbage.
dang it.
I'm sorry, everybody. I ruined it.
You did. You did ruin it.
I did.
Stop with the family water.